Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, that means we're 1 week away from the new season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. But also, if you guys didn't catch Hot Messy on Friday or our members only, that also means that this week we get our new Below Deck franchise, which means Jason and Gelsey will be back for Anchor Watch. I'm really excited about that. But in the meantime, we're not back to talk about that. Lala Kent is opening up about a lot, including her time on the Valley, her riff with Scheana, pretty much her warning. And yeah, of course we're going to talk about that. I feel like this is just getting crazier and crazier. So before we jump in, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so jumping right into this, I did want to say you guys are always asking me about my skincare, and I appreciate it. I think it's the best compliment, but it's not a secret for those of you guys who are new watching. It is my Blue Mean Face Pro 2.0. With the press of a button, I can change the settings, but it uses these little microcurrents, and you can hear it. Sounds like a massage. Feels so good. And they lift, illuminate, rejuvenate my skin, and they take the inflammation out. So I always have two. One to travel with, one for at home. But normally this guy's $300. If you click on my link in the description, also pinned in the comment section, you get $200 off. And if you don't love it and it doesn't reduce your double chin, then they will just refund you 100%. But I say, let's just jump right into this, shall we? Okay. So Lala's talking about this drama with Scheana and if she was replacing her on the Valley. Everybody wants to know about this. Now, she addressed some of the tensions with Scheana anyway. She's talked about this publicly, and she's also talked about the fact that she doesn't want to talk about this publicly. She's made it very clear, listen, we're not on a show together. There's no reason for us to be having these public beefs. You're not getting paid to fight with me. So why are you talking about this publicly? And that makes sense. Like a lot of times people will say, well, I'm not getting paid to fight with you, so I don't have the energy for you. Why? Just go live your life. So I get what she's saying. And Lala Kent is on the Valley, and she has other people to fight with. So, yep, there's that. But they've had a very public back and forth, and they keep on just addressing each other on their podcast. And Lala did say that her and Scheana, they're deeply connected, not just from Vanderpump Rules, but also because of their daughters, right? Their daughters are best friends. I believe they go to preschool together. And Lala also lives next door. She shares a wall with Scheana in Palm Springs. And she even made a joke, which I don't know if it's a joke or not. But she was like, if things don't get better and shit doesn't get fixed, someone might end up selling their house and it's not going to be me. Well, that wouldn't happen. Because Scheana would be like, I got here first. What are you talking about? I'm not selling my house. But also, too, I was talking to Jason about this. And with the whole Scheana not being on the Valley of it all, I understand the New York Times bestseller, but that's not going to last. It's not like that money just keeps coming in, like being on one of these shows where you just keep getting paycheck and paycheck and paycheck and paycheck. I don't know if she just got a one-off lump sum or if she gets residuals from the memoir, but eventually that's going to phase out. So you would think that you would be on a show. And I know that some people were saying that Scheana didn't want to be on the show because they wanted to give her a limited role or just a couple episodes, or, she didn't want to be a pawn in the game if they weren't going to give her full time, like what Vicky Gunvalson also wanted. But I just don't, for me, I've said this multiple times, I don't believe that. And the reason I don't believe that is because why would you not at least just go on, take the limited role in hopes that next season they just bump you up to a better or a bigger, more full-time position? Because it still helps you with the podcast. Now you can talk about the show. It helps you with the platform. The platform's putting you on TV, so it's still putting you in front of people. You have eyes on you. You get brand ambassador, little gigs. You get sponsorships, all of that. It all counts. That's why I'm just like, no. But okay. Now, what upset Lala the most is she was just pissed off that this was all made public before they talked about it privately. And she said, there's no reason for it to be out there because we're not filming together. And she hopes that they can hash it out. when they're more aligned rather than publicly. Now, as far as the rumors of replacing Scheana on the Valley, because there have been rumors that Lala was replacing Scheana, and Tom Schwartz has also been filming the Valley a lot too. Lala's like, listen, I tried to talk to Scheana about this, and she's like, Scheana, when you think about the Bravo space, you do think about Scheana. She has that kind of iconic presence in the Bravo space. And also, she got the New York Times bestsellers list, so she deserved that win. So I don't know why there would be any sort of animosity here. Yeah, right. Andy Cohen even said this on Watch What Happens Live. Like, at the end of the day, you have to have a little bit of an element of narcissism to be on these shows. So yes, I'm sure that there's jealousy, but thinking about it, when Scandal happened and Ariana got Dancing with the Stars, Scheana made that into a storyline, and she was crying on the show saying like she knew that was my dream job, instead of really just applauding her and being supportive, I think. So, I mean, that's just my opinion, but okay. And then when it came down to Lala talking about the new Vanderpump Rules reboot, she said it was time. You know, Scheana wanted the show to keep going, but she was like, there wasn't really much for us to do anymore. We've kind of exhausted those storylines, and it was time to pass the torch to some young, hot, crazy people. So, yeah, okay. Now, moving on over to Ariana Madix. Ariana really got shit on after Scandal. She said that she's still haunted by some of the final moments of Vanderpump Rules season 11, and she said there were a lot of strong feelings of anger and anxiety during and after that finale, and she put herself at risk of relapse by not properly processing those emotions, but she wished that she could have pinpointed what she was feeling in real time to have more productive conversations instead of just exploding. And she does, looking back, she regrets how she acted towards Ariana Madix, especially in relation to Ariana's refusal to film with Tom Sandoval after his affair. And she's like, I wish I would have just shut the fuck up. So I have remorse for that. And that comes from just, making somebody feel unprotected. I mean, I think that's a good way to look at it, right? I mean, as far as her being on The Valley season 3, she said she loves to be an emotional masochist and she's drawn to reality TV and she likes that Bravo's conquered this format. She has some apprehension because the audience scares her, especially after everything that's happened. And she's already been filming, but people are opposing. Some fans are like, we don't want any of the former Vanderpump Rules people on there. We don't want Lala. We don't want Scheana. And Lala said, if that's the case, then turn off your TV if you don't want to see us. Okay. Because despite the negative comments, people are still talking about her and they're putting a camera on her. So she's in a better place. She's acknowledging that. And she's like, all right, we're just going to keep this train going as long as we can. Listen, everybody has bills to pay. That's why, again, I don't see why you wouldn't take a limited role. The math ain't mathin' for me. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But don't forget, tomorrow we have Hot Messy Topics. I said this at the very beginning. We have 1 week until the Real Housewives of Potomac. We get the new Below Deck this season. The premiere starts tomorrow as well. So Anchor Watch is going to be on Tuesday. We have the Real Housewives of Miami, the first part of the reunion. That's going to be so good. And we get to see how this explosive fight ends with Tamra and Gretchen after Tamra is like, what do you know about me, you bitch? Yeah, that's going to go down in Bravo history. Can't wait. Lots to watch. Also, don't forget to check out my link in the description and also pinned in the comment section for my Blue Mean Face Pro 2.0. You guys are absolutely going to love it. Happy Sunday, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.